Hi, I'm Jting-F. You can call me JF if you want. And this character's name is RF, though this video isn't about him. It's about me. He's just here for aesthetic purposes. I want to talk a bit about who I am, how I got here, and what's next for this channel. I used to be really afraid of sharing anything personal online, but here goes. I was actually born in America, so that makes me an American, USA. But both my parents are Taiwanese, so I'm Taiwanese too. My parents traveled to America to give birth to me because at that time there was a large possibility of China attacking Taiwan. Yeah, it was the unsure times. We later went back to Taiwan when I was 10 years old because my parents had a divorce. Oof. Now I'm an engineering student in Taiwan, and I'm on my 5th year of college. Yeah, not a very good number. How I got to this point has a bit to do with who I am and the Taiwan education system. You see, I was always interested in engineering. To me, it's the closest thing to magic that we have. Plus, it's real. So, when I was in high school, I chose to go to a vocational high school. It's like high school, but more focused on developing professional skills. There I had a great time. I learned a lot of the skills I have today. There was even a way to get a college scholarship by getting to the top 3 in a competition in professional skills. Yeah. So yeah, I chose that way because it let me focus on what I like, which is making stuff. I spent my last year of high school preparing for the competition, while the other students were focused on studying. Yeah, we Asians do that a lot. Fast forward to my 2nd year of college. I was doing horribly. I had a huge gap in knowledge on stuff unrelated to engineering, and I could barely focus on most of the classes that weren't related in making stuff. So I chose to devote my time into attending different robotics competitions because they were just more fun for me. It was a great creative outlet for me, but deep down I knew that I was only stalling. It was around this time that I went to a psychologist and was diagnosed with ADHD. The meds really do help with my attention, but causes bad heartburn for me because I have heart issues. The heart issues got pretty bad, so I had to stop them. This was when I started to feel really hopeless, and I felt like a failure at that time. You see, in Taiwan and most Asian countries, people only believe in 2 things: money and what kind of diploma you have. In family reunions, people would constantly brag about what great school their child has gotten, or how well their child is doing in school, and most companies won't hire you if you don't have at least a bachelor's degree, even for something that obviously shouldn't require one, like baking, social skills and stuff. My grandma even looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Oh, my ADHD is only an excuse, and I wasn't trying hard enough," which I believe to some degree. This all caused me to spiral into a depressed state, which obviously didn't help. It was around that time that I started my first head build, which is the old head, the gray one. It was a build for myself, a way of making myself know that despite sucking as hard as I am, I can still create something. I still remember the first time I put it on. I felt a sense of genuine joy and accomplishment that I haven't felt for a long time. So I decided to upload videos of it, to share that sense of wonder I got from it. And that was the start of this channel. I originally thought this thing was like a super niche thing that only like 100 people would see. Because, yeah, I think it's interesting, but I didn't know this much people would like it. So, thank you everybody who's interested in my stuff. You keep me going. Okay, sad story done. Now on to the future good stuff. As you may have noticed, the tutorials have been halted for some time. There are two reasons for that. First is I want to create a tutorial that would actually help. Second is that I really can't prioritize it over stuff like taking commissions because it doesn't help me become financially independent. I currently have to both worry about school and how to pay for it. That said, I do really want to help you with your own project. I actually have a video about modeling the visor already recorded, but I didn't upload it. Because I thought it was bad. CAD modeling isn't something that you can just pick up in a short amount of time. People who already know it won't need the video, and people who don't know it can't benefit from it because it's not beginner friendly. So I've decided to create a new model that's beginner friendly and share it on Patreon. All my tutorials from here on will use those specific files, and I'll try to update them as often as I can. I'll probably set up a store so you can buy the bases of it too. This way the tutorials can be more beginner friendly, since I can tell you exactly what to do, because everyone can use the same bases. And I can prioritize it more if I don't need to worry about funds. Currently only the visor file is up, but I'll try to make the rest as soon as possible. Thank you for listening to my rambling, and consider supporting me if you want to see more weird stuff and how it's made. There are definitely more weird stuff planned. This will be the file that you'll get on Patreon. I later decided that the video about how I drew it, it's finished anyway, so it's uploaded to Patreon too. If you happen to see it, please tell me if it helped or not. Yeah. So I'll just draw some eyes on this model to make it look more finished. Make you have an idea of what it will look like. And eyes. Like that. Yay! So this model will be on Patreon. It's in beta, so yeah. Bye bye.